And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. I have my second guest of today, and they had the great accomplishment of winning Active Dayton Best Band of 2010, Higgins-Madewell. Say hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
Howdy. All right, they are here with me. So let's get this interview started. Now, when did you first hear the news that you won Best Band for Active Dayton 2010?
I think it was probably the day after it was over with. We had a whole bunch of people flooding our Facebook page telling us we needed to get on there and check it out and see, so.
Yeah, it's kind of a big honor.
All right. Well, there you go. Now, how did you get nominated? Or actually, I need to ask, who nominated you? Do you know?
I know that Kim Jones, a local singer from a band called Diddley, nominated us. I think there were several other people too, so it was a combination of some of our fans. And truthfully, we didn't even know we were nominated until somebody told us on our Facebook page. So.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, good job, Kim Jones. They won because of you, so good job to you. Now, I understand. Now you do a bit of a country folk rock sound. That's the sound of your music, and of course, there's a bit of a scene here in Dayton on that music, kind of a country crowd. But how would you describe the country folk scene here in Dayton, Ohio, as compared to others in America?
Well, you know, we kind of appeal to a large, you know, demographic age-wise. You know, we have a lot of fans that are, you know, in the 18 to 25 range, and then, you know, all the way up to, you know, 60 plus. I mean, we have a pretty well-rounded audience, and between the stuff that we write and then the covers that we do, we cover a pretty broad spectrum of music. And Aaron and I have had you know, we've been blessed with a great following here individually before we started playing together, and then those two followings kind of meshed when we started playing together in 2006. So, you know, our first proving ground to, okay, you know, when we play in this area, we're getting these good crowds and stuff, and we're getting a good response, is when we, you know, started playing some stuff out of state or away from, you know, our kind of core following. And you know, I think one of the first shows that we did was down in Tennessee, and went over great. And then we've done some stuff, you know, there's a winery that we play at regularly up in Lake Erie, and we have a nice following up there as well.
Okay.
So, you know, it's kind of been uniform across the board.
All right. Well, that's good. A good following then. All right. Now, since you've been doing music for quite some time, what is your favorite moment so far since you've been doing music?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I would say it's a toss-up between the CD release party that Jeff and I did when Spider Bite, the CD, came out, and then I also had the privilege of playing at Frey's Pavilion opening for Rick Derringer with a previous band called Silver Tongue, so that was a huge highlight too in my career. But you know, I think bigger and better things are coming, I believe, with Higgins-Madewell, so I think we're always pushing for the next best thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like the sound of that. You want bigger things.
Yeah.
Maybe you win Best Band of Ohio one day, not just Dayton, Ohio. But we'll see. Now, how did you two actually meet? I know you describe it on your bio, but is there a nice story that you want to share? Maybe your fans of yours like to know how you actually met, or is it not safe?
Well, we both come from the same town, West Milton, and I'm like a year and a half older than Aaron.
All right.
No, I'm a little bit older than Aaron, so I've been playing for a while, and I kept hearing about this girl that sang for another local band. You know, you gotta go see her. You gotta go see her. She's just absolutely amazing. So by then she was singing in a band called Silver Tongue,
yeah.
And went and saw her and was just absolutely floored by her vocals and her personality and everything. And at that time, the band I was in was kind of starting to slow down a bit. We had just put a CD out, and I was actually the only like career musician in the band. And you know, nothing against the other three in the band. I love them. They're still like my brothers, but needed to move on a little bit. And so I just asked Erin, I called her and said, hey, what would you think about putting together just an acoustic act just to make a little money on the side and just have some fun? And that's where it started. And the first show was in December of 2006.
Yep, and we were booked. By the end of that week, I think we were booked until March of the following year. So we knew we had something good that appealed to a lot of people. We just didn't realize that it was going to get that big. So I used to go out and see Jeff play in his band on the weekends that I had off. And I think he would sneak out and see us on the weekends he had off. And it was kind of a joke. I didn't ever realize that he was actually serious about playing and doing anything together. And then he called, so I know I'll never forget the day that he called. My roommate was sitting there, and I put my hand over the phone and screamed like at the top of my lungs because he had just asked me if I wanted to play music with him, and yeah, it was a great moment. So we haven't looked back.
All right, well that's awesome. Now let me see what now. I'm going to ask you this: if you had a time machine, you can go back anywhere you want to, or maybe into the future. Where would you go and why if you had a time machine?
From a music standpoint or just in general?
In general, what do you want to do?
What do you think? What would you do?
No, you're first.
Mine's easy. I would be living in what is now South Dakota, Wyoming, that area, and be a part of the whole Lakota.
Okay.
People, and like in the early 1800s, I think that would be my ideal situation.
Okay. And what about Higgins?
I would definitely go back to probably. I'd want to be part of Woodstock, the original Woodstock. Definitely.
Absolutely. I want to go there too. They should come back. They had the last one in '99. I hate that bunch of wackos burned the whole thing down. We can't have another Woodstock.
That was scary. I was at that one. That was not
You was?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, that just followed another question. Did you see someone get raped?
I didn't see anybody get raped. I saw a semi blow up though.
All right. Allegedly, 1,000 girls got raped there, and that's why they can't have it anymore. But it sounded like a fun concert. If it ever comes back, I'm gonna try to go to one. Woodstock all the way. But now, speaking of Woodstock, maybe you kind of already answered it, but maybe not. But there's a lot of big annual concerts that, if you've really made it, you're going to play at. Is there what's that one big concert you would like to play at one day?
Probably the Woodstock 3 that's hosted by Higgins-Madewell.
I like that idea. Woodstock, 2017, or wait, what would be the anniversary? I guess they can bring it back in 2014. That'd make it 35 years since the original one. So yes, Woodstock 2014, hosted by Higgins and Madewell. I like that, and I'll be there. Anyway, okay. Now before we go to break, what would you like to see more of in the state of Ohio?
Live music venues.
Yeah.
They seem to be drying up everywhere. I mean, more and more it's like a restaurant that would like to have some music, and you kind of get put into a corner and you hope that it flies and people pay attention to you, and
unless the big screen's behind you.
Yeah, or the football game's on. We've been really fortunate that we've broken down some of those molds, but how often do you go into a club and see a stage anymore where it's known that people are going to play there on the weekends? It seems to be getting smaller and smaller, so I'd like to see that come back.
And airplay for local artists.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, that was the first part of our interview. We will have a second part. They will be here. We're going to have some fun in Ohio when we come back. And if you have questions for Higgins and Madewell,